It is 8:47. Welcome back to BT Vancouver. Thanks for joining us on this Monday morning. Hope you're enjoying your morning so far. Well, after being exposed to an abundance of screen time, adults and children during the COVID-19 pandemic, how do we strike that balance? Joining us now with some professional advice is Dr. Shimi Kang. Good morning, Shimi.
Good morning, Mary.
So with everything that is going on in the world right now, the horror that we're seeing with the protests in the U.S. and Canada, add the COVID-19 pandemic into the mix, how do we try and strike a balance with what's going on?
Right. And one thing that I think is really important to understand that the information and the experiences that we consume impact our mind, just like the food we consume impacts our body. So we have a choice, and we have to recognize that everything is about balance. So we want to be informed for sure. Yet we also have to realize that when we are over consuming bad news, when we are over consuming media and information that at a certain point isn't serving us, it's driving that stress response and really serving to create a lot of undue stress that will impact our body and mind. So it's really that balance. We have to pay attention ourselves as adults and teach our children as well, and balance it with positive news and other aspects of our personal life that are going well, because it really is overwhelming right now.
And technology has helped us in a lot of ways during this pandemic. Let's talk about the kids, though. You just mentioned that they're being exposed to all of this as well with social media. How do you think this is impacting children?
Right. So what we know right now with technology is they're more sensitive. So what we find with kids is that we're seeing higher rates of anxiety, depression, body image disturbance among kids. We're also seeing them more likely to get addicted to technology, internet addiction disorder and gaming disorder. We're now seeing things with eyesight and posture issues and neck issues. So, kids were on tech a lot before the pandemic. This has gotten much worse. In young children, we're seeing disruption of the white matter areas of their brain. So this is a really big issue right now, because technology is key to our survival and success. But it is also, if it's not used correctly, has very serious consequences.
And you outline all of these issues in your new book, The Tech Solution. So let's start with some healthy habits. Sometimes I notice myself scrolling on social media and realize an hour has gone by, and then I say, okay, I need to go for a walk. But kids, they don't have that same willpower. So how can we, help them develop these healthy habits at a young age?
Yeah, so the message I give to parents and educators is we have to start early, and let's use something familiar to all of us. So I use the analogy of a diet in the Tech Solution book, and I explain that just like we teach children that there's healthy fats and there's carbs and sugars, and you want to limit and monitor your sugar, and it's better to eat protein, we have to have the same conversation for technology. We have to guide them very specifically, no longer about screen time, but screen quality. So what are they taking into their bodies and minds? Which technology is healthy? Which technology is like junk food that you limit and monitor? And scrolling social media is like junk tech. It's not going to kill you, but too much will start to impact you. And which technology needs to be absolutely avoided, like cyberbullying and pornography and gambling for those young minds. And we have to start young and repetitively, just like we have those same conversations on diet. This is the key skill now for the next generation to understand, and we need that deeper level of science and understanding, and that's really what I'm trying to do with this book.
Oh, Shimi, we are so lucky to have you here every Monday morning to give us some sage advice, and your kids are lucky, too, to have a mom like you. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll chat next week.
Thanks. I was going to say they sometimes would say no because I do limit their tech, but thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Shimi. 8:51.